जय गोपीजनवल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन जय ब्रजजनरंजन यशोदानंदन जय ब्रजजनरंजन यमुनातीरावनचारी जय पिंगलहारी यमुनातीरावनचारी जय पिंगलहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंदविहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंदविहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम 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 हरे हरे जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय सुभद्रा जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पतगामी नयन पतगामी भवते जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पतगामी नयन पतगामी भवते जय जगन्नाथ 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 जय Prabhupada, जय Prabhupada, जय Prabhupada, स्वामी Srila Prabhupada, पतित पावन Srila Prabhupada, पतित पावन Srila Prabhupada, जय Prabhupada, जय Prabhupada, जय Prabhupada, जय Srila Prabhupada, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Pattabhavan Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, welcome devotees for Iskcon Seshadripuram Zoom Srimad Bhagavatam class. So, today we'll be discussing shloka number 4, 5, 6, and 7 from the fourth canto of second chapter. So, we'll start the discussion shortly. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jaya Muniraye Nashtaprayashu Avadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishtriki Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militamena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamem Dadati Sapadantigam Vandeham Sri Gurum Sri Yudhapadakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavancha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatamitam Tam Sujeevam Sadvaitam Sarvadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakavitam Tam हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुति देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Krishna, Krishna. Okay, so this is a sloka. I will. So there are four slokas. It will take some time, but no purport except one sloka. So Prabhupada has not given any purport, but we'll discuss the sloka and whatever based on first purport, we'll continue discuss. So this is the second chapter, fourth canto, fourth sloka. Maitreya Uvacha पुरा विश्वसुजां सत्रे समेताः परमर्षयः तथा मरगणा सर्वे सानुगा मुनयो अग्नयः Maitreya Uvacha, the sage Maitreya said, Puraha, formerly at the time of Swayambha Manu, Vishwasrujam, of the creators of the universe, Satre, at the sacrifice, Samatyaha, Samitaha, were assembled, Paramarushyaha, the great sages, Tathaha, and also Amaragataha, the demigod, Sarve, all, Sa Anugaha, along with their followers, Munayaha, the philosophers, Agnayaha, the fire gods. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. The sage Maitreya said, in the former time, the leaders of the universal creation perform a great sacrifice in which all the great sages, philosophers, demigods, and fire gods assemble with their followers. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Upon being asked by Vidura, the sage Maitreya began to explain the cause of misunderstanding between Lord Shiva and Daksha, because of which the goddess Sati gave up her body. Thus begins the history of great sacrifice performed by the leaders of the universal creation, namely Marichi, Daksha, Vasishta. The great personalities arranged for a great sacrifice for which demigods like Indra and fire god assembled with their followers. Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva were also present. This is the fourth shloka. We'll go with fifth shloka now. तत्र प्रविष्टमृषयो दृष्टवार्कमिव रोचिताः रोषिषाः भ्राजमानं वितिमिरं कुर्वन्तं तद्महत्सदः tatra there pravishtam being having entered Rishayaha the sages Drishtva seeing Arkam the sun Eva just like Roshisha Rochisha with luster Brajamamam Manam shining Vitimiram free from darkness Kurvantam making Tat that Mahat great Sadaha assembly. Translation. When Daksha, the leader of Prajapatis, entered that assembly, his personal bodily luster, as bright as the effulgence of the sun, the entire assembly was illuminated, and all the assembled personalities became insignificant in his presence. Okay, so we are going to sixth shloka now. उदतिष्ठन्ते सनस्यास्ते स्वादिष्णेभ्यः सहाग्नयः ऋत्वे विरिञ्चं शर्वं च तत् वासक साक्षिप्तचेतसः. What word meaning? Udatishtan stood up. Sadasyaha, the members of assembly. They. Swa Distinbhyaha, from their own seats. Saha Agneyaha, along with firewood. Rute, except for. Virincham, Brahma. Sarvam, Shiva. Cha, and Tat, his Dakshas. Bhasa, by the luster. Akshipta, or influence. Chetasaha, those whose minds. Translation. Influenced by his personal bodily luster, all fire gods and other participants in that great assembly, with the exception of Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, gave up their own sitting places and stood in respect of Daksha. Seventh shloka. Satashashpatirvidaksho Bhagwana sadhu satkrutaha ajam lok gurum nanva natva nishat sadha tadadaya. What word meaning? Sadashaha of the assembly. Patibihi by the leaders. Daksha. Bhagwan, the possessor of all opulences. Sadhu, properly. Satkrutaha was welcome. Ajam, to the unborn, that is Brahma. Lokaguru, to the teacher of universe. Natva, being, making obeisances. Nisashad, sat down. Tat, Ajnaya, by his Brahma's order. Translation. Daksha was adequately welcomed by the president of Great Assembly, Lord Brahma. After offering Lord Brahma respect, Daksha, by the order of Brahma, properly took his seat. Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishnaprasthaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swaminiti Namini. Namo Acharya Padaya Nitaya Kripa Padaya Gaurakata Damadaya Nagragrama Tarini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishnaprasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurvani Pracharini. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhaktarunda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So again, welcome all devotees. We'll be discussing the shloka now, all four shlokas. So the first shloka, basically, I'll just read the translation. The sage Maitreya said, in the former time, the leaders of universal creation perform a great sacrifice in which all the great sages, philosophers, demigods, and fire gods assembled with their followers. Hare Hare. So, um, what is happening here? Now, here, the Maitreya is saying, Maitreya, we know, Maitreya Muni is explaining all this piece of the conversation, of piece of this Bhagavatam part to Vidura. Vidura inquired, what is the process of creation, how creation is happening, who got created, and like that. So if you see the this chapter basically says Daksha curses Lord Shiva. This is a chapter name. And there is a story. That's a story. That's a big story. Very famous story. I'll just explain that story, although not in detail, because these four shlokas are talking about start of this story. It just started. I'll not get into details of the story, but I'll just explain. But then we'll focus on these four shlokas, and then what Prabhupada has to say, and then what is the discussion between Maitreya Muni and Vidura, and the discussion between the actual characters happening there. So this we'll discuss. But the chapter before this, that is the first chapter, it says genealogical table of daughters of Manu. So that is, as I explained earlier, genealogical means progeny. Who next generation? Manu. Who is Manu being referred here? Swayambhu Manu. Who was Swayambhu Manu? He was the first Manu of this creation. There are 14 Manus in the one day of Brahma. And each Manu has got 1,000 cycles of yugas, Mahayugas. This one Mahayuga means Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, like. And like that, one day of Brahma, one night of Brahma is sort of hibernation, like silent. Everything gets into Lord's body. And then next day, and like that. And Manus keeps coming. And each Manvantara, as I told, each Manu, there will be a lot of incarnations of Lord, a lot of Shakta Avatar's Lord, there will be generation, a lot of Prajapatis, and all those will come. So when Brahma is creating this universe, Brahma is a secondary creator. Brahma is a creator of the universe. That's true, but that's a secondary creator who is actually secondary level creating the universe. But all the ingredients of this universe for creation has been provided by Lord Vishnu, that is Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu, from Mahavishnu's body, many universes are coming, and each universe, Garbhodaksha Vishnu is entering. And from each atom of the universe, Kshirodashta Vishnu. So these Vishnus are again ultimately coming from the Lord Krishna. So all the ingredients are given, 24 elements are given, that we discuss in Lord Kapila's Sankhya philosophy also, and even other is also in the third canto, this process of creation is explained. Mahat Tattva is Mahat Tattva, that is the sum total of these 24 elements and other things also. And process of creation starts. So Brahma comes from the navel of Lord Vishnu, the lotus flower, and Brahma is inspired. Brahma is enabled, facilitated by Lord to create a universe. And Brahma then use these 24 elements and creates so many living entities, trees, birds, demigods. Of course, that is again, it comes from Rishis. He creates Rishis, then Prajapatis, Manus. So all they get engaged into creation. Rudras, like that. So it comes. So here, uh, Swayambhu Manu is created. Swayambhu Manu has come from Lord Brahma. He gives birth. And from Swayambhu Manu, again, uh, Swayambhu Manu had three wives. Devavati, Akuti, and Prasuti. Devavati was given to Kardama Muni as a wife, and there they had 9 daughters, and Lord Kapila came. That we were discussing. Akuti was given to Prajapati Ruchi, and then further they created progeny. And Prasuti was given to Daksha, where it is referred. Daksha is referred. I'll tell you what Daksha is. Who is Daksha? And who was Daksha? Daksha was the son of Brahma. He came from the thumb of Brahma. Brahma created him from his thumb. I mean, it's a process of creation. So it's not necessary that husband and wife are uniting and only the children are produced. Not like that. It's a process of creation and it's coming from the Lord himself. So by any means they are creating. So Daksha came. Daksha was the Prajapati. What is Prajapati? Prajapati are the people who are actually, they are like a great souls, very powerful souls who are in process of creating the progeny. They were producing they're marrying with various women and they are producing the children. And they were further producing the children. They were further producing. And like that, the creation was expanded. And this is the way creation starts. This is a human beings. And then, of course, animals, and they have got different genealogy. Anyway, so Swayambhu Manu's daughters. So that is what chapter 1 says, Manu's daughters of genealogical table. So Akuti, Prasuti, Devavati. We are discussing Prasuti. Why? Because here Daksha is referred. Who was Daksha? Daksha was the father of husband of Prasuti. Prasuti was the daughter of Swayambhu, who was the first Manu. There are 14 Manus has to come in one day after they will come. And just for information, we are in the 7th Manu. Currently, we are in the 7th Manu of this 14 Manu. Okay. So now we'll see who Daksha is. So the shloka says, in the former time, the leaders of universal creation perform a great sacrifice. So leaders means Brahma and many rishis, and they came together and they had the sacrifice. Why they were creating performing so many great sacrifices? Just to satisfy the Lord and get that inspiration and then have that ingredient. So they were doing it. So they were always, the great sacrifices were done in that yugas. Philosophers, demigods, fire gods, they were assembled. And many people were invited. It's a big sacrifice. Who were invited? Prabhupada explained, Marichi, Daksha, Vasishta, of course, they were invited. And then Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva also are there. So, what is the incident being discussed here? There was going further, there was a discussion or there is a misunderstanding between Lord Shiva and Daksha. And the story is like this sacrifice was there. And Lord Shiva is the husband of Sati. So Sati, one of the wives. And who is Sati? Sati is the daughter of Daksha. Daksha has the 16 daughters. Out of 16 daughters, Sati was one of the daughters. And she was married to Lord Shiva. Although Daksha was not that enthusiastic or interested in marrying to Lord Shiva. He was not interested in giving his daughter to Lord Shiva. Why? You know Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is it's a Vishnu Tattva. It's almost like at an equal level of Vishnu, almost. So it's very different Tattva. So Lord Shiva, Lord Shiva, the appearance is like he will have only the, deer skin wrapped around his waist, and he will have snake, and he will have all the bhasma or, ash put on his body. and matted hairs, long hairs, and he'll be going into various places, all sort of places. He'll go into heaven, hell, he'll be traveling, he'll go to smashanas, and his followers are all sort of people. Devotees are also his followers. Even Vaishnavas treat Lord Shiva as a biggest, greatest Vaishnava. So even Vaishnavas worship him in that sense, respect him, Shiva. Vaishnava means Vishnus like us who are like us. We respect Lord Shiva as a greatest Vaishnava. So everybody, demigods worship Lord Shiva. Human being, all sort of, and even the, you know, uh, ghost and all sort of people, all smashanas and so many people. If you see the description of Lord Shiva's followers, you may get scared. All sort of, you know, I will say very horrifying personalities also worship Lord. They are those are people are his followers, and even other normal people also. So he's always moving all those skeletons and all that also is shown in Bhagavatam. And even normal people and even Vaishnavas also respect Lord Shiva. It's all there. It's a great personality. He's a God that way. He's a God's principle. It's very difficult to understand that. That's not a topic here, but Lord Shiva has to be understood properly in line of Bhagavatam. Who is Lord Shiva? But we should understand is almost at an equal level of Vishnu. Okay. So Lord Shiva also was invited. Although Lord Shiva doesn't, Lord Shiva is like he's like a monk. He's completely detached, very powerful, full with devotion of Lord Vishnu. But he was invited, he came, Lord Brahma himself was there, who is the creator, and there are many big personalities. Just a minute. Now, what happened? Daksha also came. Daksha was Prajapati, who was son of Brahma, and who has been entrusted with a task of creating more and more generation, people, daughters and sons to create. And then they will further marry, and then they will create. And like that, the universe has to be expanded. That is the expansion happened. So he also came, he was Prajapati, and he had 16 daughters, out of one daughter was given to Lord Shiva. You are not happy with that. But somehow he has given by the suggestion of Brahma. But when Daksha was very powerful personality, very great person. So everybody in the assembly, we know in the assembly, where people are sitting and the great personality enters, everybody stands up, right? This is what etiquette. This is etiquette. So as Daksha entered, everybody stood up. Everybody stood up because Daksha has that big name and personality, and there is a Prajapati, very powerful and very opulent and very effulgent and very powerful looking person. And he was actually, he was very, tapasya person. And so everybody stood up, gave the respect, and like that. Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva did not stand, stand up, stood up. Why? Lord Brahma, because Lord Brahma is a father of Daksha. And he's a great, forget father and son. It's more of Lord Brahma is a creator. He's the biggest personality, greatest personality in this universe. The first person in the universe. First living entity in the universe. He did not stand up and Daksha did not mind it. Okay. Because we see, we are also, suppose, big person enters, great person enters, and somebody bigger than him in position doesn't stand up. That's okay. Now he got angry with Lord Shiva because Lord Shiva did not stand up. Why he got angry? Actually, Lord Shiva is a bigger position than him, but he forgot that. Daksha forgot that. And he thought Lord Shiva as his son-in-law. Because he was his son-in-law. And normal expectation, I mean, it's a etiquette and it's a respect that son-in-law will give respect to father-in-law. So wherever there is a father-in-law, son-in-law will give respect to father-in-law. And Daksha was expecting Lord Shiva to give him that because he was his father-in-law. Lord Shiva was detached. He did not follow any etiquettes. He's a different in a different level. He did not follow etiquette. Why he should follow? And he did not mean to disrespect Daksha, but neither he was meaning to respect him. He was just neutral, sitting there. And that's what great personalities will do. And they're especially monks and all that. They don't actually care for these etiquettes and so called. But of course, they will give respect. Not that they will disrespect or purposely not. But sometimes they may not be following these etiquettes. Lord Shiva was sitting there, but Daksha got angry. First of all, he was having all that grudge towards Lord Shiva. What sort of monk he is, what sort of clothes he wear. Oh, my daughter was so nice, so beautiful, so powerful, and I married my daughter to him. And who is he? He's just monk. He's just moving here and there. He doesn't have anything, any asset or nothing. He just so he was not happy. Whereas normally you see father-in-law expect his son-in-law to be very rich, opulent, educated, very nice, and all like fair expectation. But this is different. Here we are talking about not ordinary people. We are talking about the big personalities. But Daksha was not happy with him anyway. And more so when he saw Lord Shiva is not standing up, he cursed him. He was angry with him. He said, you are not understanding, you don't have any etiquette, what sort of person are you? He insulted him. But what was Lord Shiva's reaction? It is mentioned in the next sloka. I will not get into that sloka, but I'll just explain story because otherwise you will not know the context. So Lord Shiva was calm and quiet. He was not at all worried. Even though he's blaspheming, he was just sitting there. Okay, fine. Because that is Lord Shiva. That is Lord Shiva. So although Lord Shiva is having such a high position, see normally what we do, what we observe in a material world, if you have got big position, we become popped up. We expect everybody should stand when I come. Oh, everybody should give me respect. Everybody should talk nice about me. My relatives, my friends, my this, that, everybody shout nice about me. And we feel so pleased when somebody talks, oh, you are such a great guy. So we feel, oh, very nice. And if somebody doesn't respect, we we feel so unhappy. See, look, this is how Daksha's condition was. And who was Daksha? Daksha was the Prajapati. He was not an ordinary person. Who was it? Prajapati means he's the next to Brahma. Brahma, Brahma is the creator of the universe. But still he was under this mode of, whatever you call ignorance or passion or whatever it may be, or under the influence of ego. Thousands of the big people, demigods, sun gods, big personalities are there. They stood up and he liked it. But more than liking that, he only caught one incidence there where Lord Shiva is not standing up and respecting him. And he was unhappy with that. He was not happy with so many good things where everybody is giving respect. No, he was unhappy with one person is not standing up and giving respect. This is a condition of us. So Bhagavatam is full of all these beautiful stories with the live examples and very nicely explained by Prabhupada philosophically in a proper context. Yes, nicely explained it. But Bhagavatam is full of all this. So you should attentively hear Bhagavat, release the Bhagavat with a devotion. So now this is incidence. Now is it very theoretical incidence? No. It's a practical situation. Don't we see this in your day-to-day life? Yes, we see it in day-to-day life. We go to marriages, we go to our some social events, and they always like, oh, he did not give me respect. Oh, he insulted me. I am having such a big person. He did not look at me. We expect respect. Everybody expects respect. And if somebody doesn't respect, he become angry. That is a problem. So it's very, I mean, material life is like, material world is made like that. Everybody is trying to acquire a bigger position. I am bigger than you. You are smaller than me, and you should follow me. And the ego tussles, and so you see in offices, in social life, political life, personal life, so many ego, relatives and all that, all are driven by egos. He did not say me like, he did not say like that. Oh, he said like this. He did not respect. I have got Porsche, I have got BMW. People should respect me. I have got so much money. I have got such a position. I am doctorate. I am this. I am that. And we expect respect because that's the whole disease. The whole material creation is driven by this. What is the biggest illusion or biggest, desire? Most dangerous desire is to ask for respect. That is a self, false ego. False ego is the highest, subtlest element in mind, intelligence, ego. Ego is the most subtle, false ego. And under the influence of ego, we expect respect. We want to rule the world. And the whole world is driven by people are running hither and thither. We are trying to get so many achievements, acquisitions, just to get respect. People will work so hard. And if respect is not given, because it will not be given. Why? Because everybody is trying for a highest position. And everybody is in competition. And whenever there is a competition, respect may come down. Always. Most of the time. So this is what is precisely happening with material world and with us. And this is what is happened with starting of the material world with such a big personalities, right? Daksha. But was it happening with Shiva? Lord Shiva? No. He was, because he's transcendent. He's a Lord, he's a God. So he's a transcendent, he's a transcendental personality. So he was calm and quiet. He was getting insulted. So it doesn't matter. Bhagavad Gita also says you should be remaining equibalence in hot and cold conditions, in the respect as well as in the insult condition. Like there may be sorrow, there may be happiness, ups and down. Okay. धूप छाव बोलते उसको हिंदी में. धूप छाव आओ, it doesn't matter. There's a shadow or there will be sunlight. In the heavy sunlight, you have to remain calm. This is what Lord Shiva is demonstrating because he's a Vaishnava. He's a at a level of gods. He's a Vaishnava. Vaishnavas are like this, who are who remain equivalence in any situation. It doesn't matter. So this is the situation. This is the situation there where Lord Shiva did not stood up and Daksha became angry. And it is under the influence of false ego that Daksha cursed Lord Shiva. And after the curse, it was a big fighting. It was not only curse. Lord Shiva is calm and quiet, but he sort of blasphemed. He sort of insulted Lord Shiva like anything. Such a big personality, leader of the universe. And he's cursing Shiva, you are like this, you are like this, you are like a beggar, you are like this, you don't have anything, you just spoil my daughter's life. So the Shiva's followers also were there. And Shiva's followers are not just very decent guys always. Shiva's followers are very naughty guys, very aggressive. All are Bhuta Pretas and sort of Nandi also are there. Mahanandi was there. And they started fighting. But then Lord Shiva left from that place. There was some fighting going on. And then, fighting was such a vigorous that, they got hold of Daksha also. Okay. And sort of tried to beat him. And Daksha's followers, when Daksha was insulting Lord Shiva, Daksha's followers were laughing like that. So this Lord Shiva's follower caught hold of them. Hey, you are laughing, no? That time, then they broke their teeth also. That's explained. So this is a scene there. And what this is happening with what? This is happening with leaders. Now, what is our position? Doesn't it happen in your day-to-day life also, in office and in the personal life? Yes, leaders keep fighting and the subordinate gets squeezed in that two fighting. Ah, this is what is happening. Okay, you are this person. No, I will see you, and then they will squeeze you because you guys are supporting this person. My computer you are supporting, then he will squeeze him. Then he will squeeze him, and this is what is. We are big fighting there. The whole the yajna was spoiled, and then something happened, and then it got dispersed, and then it was continued yajna. Of course, later on they got dispersed, and then something happened. Some people intervened. I don't have that micro details, but that will come in the next loka. And then it got dispersed. So here, first loka, Vidura is inquiring from Maitreya why Sati, which is a daughter of Daksha and wife of Shiva, Lord Shiva, why she gave up her body, why she sort of gave up her body in the fire. Now I have not yet told that. So that's the next. So this incident happened, they dispersed, and there was one more yajna which Daksha arranged later. And he did not invite Sati, his own daughter, did not invite because he was very angry with Shiva. And he was angry with Sati also because Sati was always supporting Shiva. See, this is what very important learning. I mean, Vedic culture is so beautiful. You don't understand. Or Vedic culture says, when you are under the shelter of your father before marriage, you should respect father as your protector, as your, like, almost he's like your God or whatever you call, right? And you should respect her. Whatever father said, daughter should not say no. Provided father is well educated and knowledgeable in Vedic sciences. That's important. Because in Kali Yuga, we say, oh my God, they people don't have knowledge and what they will teach their children. And it's a chaos. We see that. And I'm just telling the Vedic civilization, it was there existing till date. Some 50 years back, it was perfect. Father, daughter, they will have proper, respect to each other and they will not generally go away. But now it is also there, still in India, Hindu, societies, or even in all other religions also, wherever there is a religion is followed, there is a proper respect. And women are well protected, even in other religions also, in Muslim religion also, they are well protected. They are so dignity, they maintain their dignity. And of course, Sanatan Dharma, Hindu, it's also, women are always protected. Women has to be protected. Prabhupada always said, woman has to be protected, always. Under the shelter of father, till marriage. After marriage, woman's all the loyalty, respect, woman's sort of goes to her husband. Whatever husband says, woman has to follow. Provided husband is right. Of course, he should be knowledgeable, should be respected, should be pure. So that's the system. So Sati, once she got married, she was following Lord Shiva and she was not liking that his father is not happy with my husband. She was not liking, but she is a chaste lady. Sanatan Dharma ladies. They were very chaste too. They will not insult anybody. She was not happy with Taksha, but ultimately he was his father, her father. But Lord Shiva and husband. And Lord Shiva is a great personality. More so, she was very much attached to Lord Shiva. This is a situation. So Daksha arranged one more yajna and he did not invite Sati and Lord Shiva, although they were their daughter and son-in-law. So Sati came to know this. Oh, how come my father did not invite me and Lord Shiva, even though me, but at least Lord Shiva I should invite. But she got sort of little bit irritated or angry and she went to, without invitation, she went to Yajna. And Lord Daksha, she was then Lord Daksha again insulted her, insulted Shiva, and you are not happy why you came here. And then she, with a lot of anger, she rejected her body. She jumped into the fire sacrifice and then and this Lord Shiva came to know because through his followers, Lord Shiva's follow. They are very enthusiastic. Lord Shiva, they will follow. If Lord Shiva is insulted, they will kill that person. So that is their loyalty to Lord Shiva. Okay. And they are not ordinary. They are like horrifying guys. They are all, ghost and bhoot and pretas and many are very different type of people. Not because there are good people. So they uh, inform Lord Shiva. This is what did happen. Lord Shiva went there and he did not go there. He told, this is not good. And how come my wife, my dear wife, she lost her body? So he told, punish Daksha. Because this time Lord Shiva a little bit, because he wanted to punish Daksha. Why? It's not due to his personal insult. Lord Shiva was beyond insult. Lord Shiva beyond insult. He is not at all related to insult, praise or something. His own transcendental position. But he wanted to teach lesson to Daksha because Daksha was a high quality leader. He was having big responsibility of creating the universe and then mentoring them and continue with their, so the whole civilization has to be continued. Now if leader is like this, of course Daksha was not bad person, he was not devil, he was a very highly respected personality. He is coming from Lord Brahma, but under the influence of ego this happens. That's why we should understand this material world is so powerful, Maya is so powerful, it will not spare you. Even though big leader, they will make mistake. And we have seen this and we see this in day-to-day life. One leader's mistake, small mistake will cost a lot. That is why becoming leader is not job. It is said also, you should not even too much try for becoming leader unless you have got that quality. It's very difficult. If you have to stick to leaders' proper qualities, nowadays people just go there, somehow sit there as a leader, do whatever we want. The subordinate gets squeezed and says they harasses people and then they do something and then they take care of our political leaders also. Not all, there are some good political leaders, but I'm saying in general, in social life, in personal life, people want people want leadership, but they don't want to develop that qualities. Or they develop the quality and 2, 3 qualities will be at fault and they will show up their true color. Leadership position, that's a lesson here. Bhagavatam is full of all learnings, not only devotion. Devotion is, of course, the basis, but there are a lot practical learning, social life, spiritual life, political life, all is, and there are actual life incidences and how one should behave, how one should not behave. It's all given with a proper stories. Katha is one of the. So Daksha was carried away by influence of ego somehow, and Lord Shiva wanted to teach him lesson. Not that Lord Shiva got insulted and he want to, I will, sort of retaliate. Not like that. No, not revenge. He just want to teach him lesson. So then Lord Shiva sent her, he's one of the assistant, Virabhadra. And Virabhadra came and smashed the head of the Daksha. He just cut down his head and Daksha sort of died there in one shot. And there was big fighting there, huge fighting between Daksha followers and Lord Shiva. Huge fighting. It's not like nowadays small fighting. There has to be big astras, shastras, all sort of weapons they'll use. We use only the weapon. Nowadays, we use the weapon made of chemicals. Earth. Earth means chemical. Fire, water, ether, air, earth. So the 5 elements of material nature. Out of that, we make weapons generally with chemical, that is earth. At the most, we go little bit, we use little bit Agni, that is fire, because this is atom bomb, that is nothing but the fire and chemical. Correct? That's how nuclear. Nuclear is chemical, and at the most some fire comes. Okay. We use the chemical. And nowadays they use biological weapon. That is also very, lower form. But the Satyuga days and powerful Rishis, they used to use weapons made from ether, air, water, fire, and earth together. It will be any sort of weapon. I mean, huge. We can't even imagine. That's why. So somebody fired the arrow. You have seen this Mahabharata, Ramayana. Somebody fires arrow and put a rain. Somebody puts fire put the arrow and fire comes out. Somebody will cut the person's head in such a way that only that much is. So it was very precise and very high quality, Vidya, Shastra Vidya, Yuddha Kala, or art of, fighting. So it was there. So there was a big fighting there. And then Lord Shiva came there. Lot of, I mean, demigods approached you, okay, you forgive the Daksha, Brahma also told. And then Lord Shiva came there later, and then he gave the head. Somebody, I don't remember that, but somebody told you gave, Lord Shiva gave him the head of goat. The head was, Daksha was lying there, cut, head is here and his body is here. Lord Shiva could have put that head and made him live, because he was the Prajapati. He has to do further task of creating the further human civilization. But Lord Shiva put a goat's, there was goat's head also lying there because of fire sacrifice. For sacrifice, so he put a goat's head and put it on Daksha's body, and he became live. And Daksha was there, but with goat's head. So why goat head? Why not human head? Because Lord Shiva wanted to tell him that if you insult others, this will be punishment. You will also be insulted somehow or other. It's the nature of, this is a law of material nature. And this was an insult for Daksha throughout, that he has to move with goat's head. With such a big leader, his position, his head was goat. You imagine, we have got normal head, and if you have got some, some wound here, or some black thing happens here, or some face get deformed due to some, or some, who say product aata hai, some, swell. So we feel, oh, so embarrassed. Oh my God, and it doesn't look very nice. But Daksha had a goat head, and then he has to move like this, and then it was continuing. Anyway, then later on, Daksha he created Lord Progeny, and they took a birth in next millennium, some other form, son of Pracheta. That's a different story. But this is the story. And Vidura is inquiring that why Sati has to reject her body. You please tell that. And this is a story Maitreya Muni is telling to Vidura. Why Sati has to reject her body out of anger, and how Daksha was punished for his good, he was punished. And how then this whole thing. So this story is what we explained here. So I'm just seeing, so fourth shloka said, the sage Maitreya said, in the former time, the leaders of universal creation perform sacrifice. This we discuss, and then Daksha, the leader of Prajapati, entered that assembly. So I explained that Daksha entered, and his body luster was as bright as the effulgence of sun, because very powerful personality. But I explained that also he was a powerful personality, but he had this ego problem. Okay, so you may be powerful, you may be very intelligent, you may be having a lot of knowledge, but the ego can create problem, and this is what exactly happened. So next shloka says, influenced by his personal body luster, all the fire demigods and participants stood up, and except Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. Daksha was adequately welcomed by President of Great Assembly, Lord Brahma. After offering Lord Brahma, Daksha, by the order of Brahma, properly took his seat. These are the four shlokas and translations. So it is just narrating the incident, although because there are many shlokas. So if I read only this four shloka, one may not get a context. So I explained the whole story, because otherwise we will not get a context of shloka. It's just explanation of some incident there. So this is what I wanted to explain today. So the whole, anyway, as you go further, you will understand this story, very nice story. And Sati also, then Sati was brought back to life, and then she explains, how, what is a wife's duty towards husband. It's beautiful conversation. So Vedic civilization. So anyway, that's not part of this today's discussion. Okay. So summary is like this. We are at big leaders position. when you want to be, because it's a learning for us. Bhagavatam means you have to learn something and you have to adopt it. It's not only for story hearing and forgetting. No. Everybody want to be leader, but to become leader, we should develop those qualities. And we should also always know as you go higher and higher up, you will be under pressure. And under that pressure, ego may pop up or mind may create problem. And you may react to the situation, which may spoil the whole thing. You may spoil your own name, will may spoil the whole incident or event there, or will may spoil the whole situation, which you would have earned or your people would have earned with a lot of hard work. So it's very important to get away or remain away, aloof from all these egos and pride and kama, krodha, lobha, moha. Becoming leader is a very powerful and very responsible position. And that is what modern civilization doesn't teach necessarily. Of course, they tell, oh, you should be responsible. If you go to so many management sessions, they are only telling same Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita story in a very different way and a very mild way. They don't tell the whole effort. That's why they don't catch the attention, and people really generally doesn't improve in spite of attending so many, so-called management session. Of course, they improve to some extent. I understand because that's a training. So if you keep training yourself little bit, you will get trained. There's nothing so not so great about it. But if management people they adopt Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita as a basis, full-fledged, openly, with wholeheartedly, it will give huge, it will create big leaders. And that is what Vedic civilization was. Vedic civilization was based on the Varna Sama system. So Brahmana, Kshatriya, Shudra. Kshatriyas were leaders. Because leader means who he should have that power, he should have that chivalry, and he should have that fighting spirit. But for what? Not for self, for the benefit of human civilization. They are very intelligent. But Brahmanas are above Kshatriyas. Why? Because they don't want all this power and all that. They are Brahmanical people, Sattvic. They don't care about insult, they don't care about praise. In their own calm situation, they will be there, and that is Brahmana. But they will have power to teach and control Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras also. And if required, Brahmanas can defeat Kshatriyas. They have got more power. If fighting starts, Kshatriya, Brahmana will be, not Kshatriya, although Kshatriya is the fighting spirit. But anyway, it's all very different. It's very complicated thing. There are instances where Brahmanas have killed Kshatriyas at massive scale. What is the example? Lord Parshuram. Lord Parshuram killed 14 or some number of generations of Kshatriyas, just killed at them, because there are some fighting and some ego problem there. And he wanted to teach them lesson. This is how it is. So, Vedic civilization was based on Varnasrama. And this is our great Vedic civilization. So, we should adopt that. Nowadays, we don't refer it. My point here is, Bhagavatam is full of devotion. And devotion is the first basic principle or foundational principle of devotion. Without devotion, Bhagavatam, you will not understand. And you will misunderstand rather. But in addition to devotion, it's telling about whole social, cultural, political, economical, all problems of life. And it can be sorted out. So that's why we should read Bhagavatam very thoroughly, very interestingly, and our life will feel blissed, and we'll develop those qualities. By studying Lord Shiva, by studying Lord Vishnu, Krishna's pastimes, Lord Shiva's pastime, various pastimes of great devotees like Bali Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj. There are many demons who are devotees. We get purified, we get that qualities in your heart. So if you study the great leaders in Bhagavatam, you will become great leader. Of course, our purpose is not to become great leader, but I'm saying that qualities you get, and you get that respect naturally, because you will develop this. This is the secret of achieving good quality. Leadership principles, how to become leader. You read Bhagavatam, that's all. and do devotion, you will become leader. Sincerely. Of course, it needs training and other things also. It's not only just reading, but you have to adopt it and you have to have training and you should have some skills, hard skill set, all are there. But only that is not sufficient. You should have proper education, should have proper training. Mind should be trained to become leader. And it's very responsible position. So if you don't want to do it, we should not become leader. We should be happy with follower, or we should follow somebody and happy, because becoming leader is more stressful sometimes. See the stress Daksha has gone through. One mistake, he was punished and got hit. In our day-to-day life also, one bigger mistake of leader, he is punished. You will be whatever. You know that. We have seen that. Lot of, and if you are a great leader, if you want to be great leader, become devotee. Then you will be there and you will not be punished. Lord will take care of you. Small mistakes may come, but or even though some mistake you will be punished, that's fine. But we should have an attitude. Even though mistakes happen, we should accept that. Oh, sorry, this is my mistake. Leaders will, anybody will do mistake. Human being make mistake. But if you accept the mistake, then it's here Lord Daksha accepting mistake. You are fighting. Above that, you have started fighting with two big parties, and then it was like, they started fighting. But Lord Shiva did not fight. And so it was not his mistake, but he was accepting as if it's mistake. This is the difference between Vaishnava and so-called good person. Of course, Daksha was not demon. Of course, Daksha was a demigod. He was a Prajapati. But what I'm saying is, good people also will have problems. But if you accept the mistake, if you rectify yourself with the intervention of Shastra, with the intervention of your Guru, with the intervention of by reading Bhagavatam, you will be saved from this biggest punishment outcome of this mistake. Mistake will do, but we may do, but it will be saved. Will be saved. That's the whole crux. And first of all, making tendency will reduce by reading Bhagavatam. Why? Because why we do mistake? Under influence of ego, or we can say human being has got 4 defects. We tend to make mistake itself is one defect. Secondly, we tend to get illusion. We may misunderstand. Oh, he's saying something, but we misunderstand. And then there's a fighting start. Then we have got imperfect senses. We may not see the thing the way it is, and we may misunderstand. And again, some problem. And we have got cheating tendency. So these are the 4 defects are there. With these 4 defects, ego being there, mind has got so many softwares there, you are bound to make mistake. But if you slowly read Bhagavatam, surrender to Guru and Lord, your mistake-making tendency, 4 defects will be slowly minimized, because Bhagavatam and the Lord and Guru, they are flawless. They are above these 4 defects. So whatever you read, whatever you follow, whatever you interact with, that qualities come in you. That is the whole secret of Bhagavatam. Why you should read Bhagavatam? Because we should get those qualities of Bhagavatam. Qualities of Bhagavatam in the sense, what Bhagavatam is telling, what should be the qualities of perfect human being, a perfect devotee. And we'll get it by studying the philosophy, by studying the characters in the stories, and life is successful. So this is the secret, and this is the story. Very interesting story. Read it later, and as you attend the classes, it will be explained by further speakers also. So this is what I wanted to share. Hare Krishna. Dandavat. Thanks for your time, and any comments, questions, or something you can please ask or give comment, and then we'll wind up after some time.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So I suggest all of you, this is our Bhakti Ruksha group devotee only, but you can join to other Thursdays also, or even other days also, where other speakers are there. Thursday, Vidura Prabhuji and Achyut Prabhuji also give lecture. So you can join on every Thursday. We all will try to join. I'm also trying to join. I join sometimes, but sometimes I'm not joining. We should join and sort of make it more participating. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So if there are no questions or comments, we will close the session today. And thanks for your time. And it's a wonderful katha. Going further, you please read later on also. Very nice. You can learn so many things. Hare Krishna. Shri Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. We'll log up now. Hare Krishna.